So the reason that there's no good or bad, no right or wrong, is to help you get to the bottom of what's going on. Because you can be placated or sent off with some, like they're saying, like, information is being presented in a deceptive way. When you have a short attention span, when you're not thorough, when you're, if you're just looking to scam and dabble and or that's fine. Just don't act like you're about that. Don't say I'm a science people. If you don't have the patience for science, and fucking don't let that be what makes you. Go do something else. Fuck, everybody only performs well at like one or two different things in their whole life. So go find something you love and fucking do it well, but fucking don't set up shop over something that somebody else is doing to try to saturate the market for whatever it is that they're contributing, so that it can't find reception. Get the fuck out of here. I want to clarify some, because it's something protective that someone feels immediately, like urgency that they have to defend, is fluoride, right? I mean, and they use the words good for your enamel, for your teeth, right? But you don't have to say it's good. You could say what it does for the enamel of your teeth. You can say what it does for the inside of your teeth too. But, as bad as that sounds about making the inside of your teeth soft and easy for dentists to scoop out and dig on it, what is being protected is like shame, guilt, because that's not the worst of it. If it just comes down to an attack on a gland, or, that they want to be vague about, and that is in the center, in between your ears, a part above the brain stem, there's a gland. It's a tiny organ, right? It's the pineal gland. This is nothing fucking new. Everybody knows about, right? It gets calcified. Then you become low energy, unimaginative, uncreative, probably no attention span, like a slob, or like all these kind of things. You can't do anything. When that thing is firing, you can fucking do everything. Dancing to fucking riding horses. Trick riding ponies. You see what I mean? How is your life going to benefit with a calcified pineal gland? It's light and fucking day. So these people, when you talk about fluoride a day, they tell you about, the dentist likes it, and, there's a reason why they tell you what it does and everything. But they're so controlled by an entity that is fiercely defensive over the fact that this campaign is to try to knock out that, right? The pineal gland, right? Calcify it, right? And people they don't even have to know that for them to want to defend, the agenda behind that. They don't have to know the enemy's plan. They're just weak enough minded and short-sighted to be controlled, and they jump up and they're like, fluoride good. How? What else? Because I can explain across the board everything. I could tell you all these things about fluoride, all these things about the pineal gland, pros and cons, what it does for the water, what it does for your teeth. We could talk about the fucking day I fell in love with the bomb in the movie. So you're not, because the reason that that general was talking about fluoride and shit is because, like, you agree with what he's saying, but you remember that general lost it, right? He lost his mind. So anytime anybody brings about fluoride, you just think about the general and the day I fell in love with the bomb going crazy. And you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like a weakness that people have to be controlled, right? Similar to your mom just outright declaring something as a general good after I just explained everything. Then I got to ask this person, Good how? You know, is there anything else that you might want to mention besides the good thing that it does? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, you just listen to me fucking explain all this shit. And you're going to tell me that something is not how it's good or why it's good, but it's just good. That's something that Christ warned people about not to do that. Woe to, you know what I'm saying? But there's no, for me to say that it's, she's calling a bad thing a good thing. I'm doing it too. I'll be doing the same thing. So instead of me calling it good, I'm calling it bad. But come on now. Are we going to forget everything, all the science? No, I listen to science. Yeah. And then in my deduction, like, oh, you're sick. You're a misogynist. You're hate-filled, anti-Semitic. You're racist. You got white bitches calling me racist. I don't have to fucking have more fucking melanin to say that you're not black. You're not black. I can remind you you're fucking not black, bitch. I don't have to be more black. Fucking, you're not even you ain't nobody I even gotta lie to. They just have a little bit of influence left that they can exert, and you're the last one. And it's just fucking petty chicken shit. Fucking, I don't know. That's the whole appealing to authority for your rights. But then still talking about how's it going to be equality when your rights are afforded to you from men? Like that it's already unequal. I'm not saying that I want to be the benefactor of your rights, but do I have to enforce them too for you? See? Well, out of decency, you would want to, and it doesn't matter that you already are. You have to be told by a mean girl boss. I don't fucking downgrade women all day and want to see 304s get lambasted or anything like that, unless it speaks to the people. And like my channel be coming up with the substrate form of cope before the fucking liberals seize upon it, contort it, throw it back out there as fucking, it's their platform now. But they got cope they derived from picking apart social media channels, little people they watching this shit. Come Molly probably be watching my show. They get little ideas and little stratagems and little things that they think can play on people's belief systems, emotions, or that you might, you know, think sounds like, you know, a viable conclusions to make or something. They'll make a play off their shit. They get the idea from me. So mental gymnastics and copium is my fault because I gave them the fucking idea. It's just that when I delivered it, it was not dichotomized. It was a whole subset of information. They just came and picked some things out. And they said, this goes together with that right there. Barrage, you just get fucking lied. You'll be told the truth when you're not ready to receive it, which effectively lies to you. That's how they're doing it. And they're using, I don't mean to sound like a megalomaniac. I don't mean to sound like a megalomaniac, but a lot of coincidences be coming out of this, my very own, with 2 people watching. You be like, what? How are they going to steal you got 2 views? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. Nobody has 2 fucking views. I've been clickbaiting this shit. I should have hate watchers and people pissed off at me for the time that I clickbaited them that still haven't unsubscribed. Like, I should have, just for the titles of some of the things, they should be a slew of, but you know, it's like they let some, you can't say that they didn't, that they put the kibosh, because they still allow everybody to do that. So then what are they doing with my channel? It's only important that I don't see how many views there is, but I don't really understand why. You have to get down to pettiness to figure out how they think. You have to start thinking like they do. One way or another, they need you to produce reductive reasoning. That's what moral relativists like. They galvanize and polarize society to come up with reductive reasoning. And when they see it written on the side of a bus, written here and there, and driving around, and they, oh, okay, I'm happy now. I see my fucking propagandistic slogans and tropes in effect, and fucking the people are going along, even though they don't fucking believe it. That's reductive reasoning, even though they know better, right? They're still saying this. They're still saying that. Fuck, man. First is plausible deniability and reductive reasoning, and they're out here trying to manufacture consent, and you got to beat them in the courtroom. They're pretty lawfare on you. We have people represent us by doing things in the courtroom, and they need you to do more things out in the street, like fucking wigging out and flipping out and shit, giving up your power, giving up your representation to be a defendant instead of the plaintiff. Then when you could just be a defendant. We don't want to worry about any plaintiff. We would rather worry about a defendant. So then you can just turn him into one. Like Donald Trump. He's been made a defendant over and over and over and over again so many times that it's like someone who cried wolf, so they can't call the police anymore, because the police are about to file a complaint that you're calling them for every little fucking thing, and the cat in the tree, and the fucking, it's getting to be, they think you're trolling now. They're about to start looking for recourse to sue you. So if something happens, then you think about calling the police, and you'd be like, no, can't do it. It's like everyone's going through that, huh? And these clout chasers like trying to sell information on the internet that can solve fucking human trafficking crimes or some shit like that. They want $800,000. How about we figure out what the fuck you're holding on to information wise, then charge you for fucking negligent attitude of allowing almost like in furtherance of crimes, then fucking throw your ass in jail. You didn't think about that. Because when that catches up to you, and then we don't need nothing from you anymore, then we're gonna fucking chew you up. Genius. Fucking genius. Ebony Prince is gonna get chewed the fuck up playing that game. I mean, right now, props and everything, do your thing right now.